What's up, YouTube? It is Angelo Archambault coming at you from Fear the Beard football channel. I'm making a video today on the Panthers 2020 draft. We're covering every single pick today. Want to give a quick shout out to Kevin Avery from the Carolina Footballs page. He is allowing me to post anything that's Panthers related on my video, so I want to at least say thank you for letting me do that. And, you know, I really hope that my Panther fans on the page enjoy this video, and all the other subscribers that I have. I hope you enjoyed this video. So anyway, let's get right into it. First pick that we had was Derek Brown, defensive tackle coming out of Auburn. I truly loved this pick. First and foremost, I want to sit there and say, you know, we needed help on the run defense. A lot of people wanted us to draft Isaiah Simmons, and a lot of people were upset about that. I get it. The man's a phenomenal athlete. We truly needed help on the defensive front, and why not take the best guy available? This is a guy who I believe, you know, I don't like saying, you know, comparing people to like Aaron Donald because he's so elite, and he's probably the best defensive tackle to ever play the game. But I will say that this man has the upside of a Fletcher Cox, or, you know, something like that, so to speak. So I truly love this guy. He's 6'5", 318 pounds. Coming out of the combine, the one thing a lot of people said was, like, he explodes off the line. This man's a massive human being. He is strong, quick, and athletic. The guy has a very humble character. You know, things I've been hearing is he is the type of guy you would want to want your daughter to bring home. So that, you know, that speaks volume right there. Like, I'm a big character guy, and I think that that's something Matt Rule wants to instill in our team, and I really like that. You know, that's something that Ron Rivera liked, that's something that I like, and that's something that Matt Rule likes. So that was the main thing. I really feel like, first and foremost, pairing him with K'Wan Short is going to be a match made in heaven, and we truly needed that. You know, we lost Bruce Irvin, we lose Mario Addison, and then we also lose, I can't remember the other guy's name. We did lose Vernon Butler, and we did lose Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy. So, you know, we lost a lot on our defensive line, and we definitely needed to shore that up, and we got the best player available. I always said that if Jeff Okudah didn't fall to us, this is who I wanted. And I believe that this is going to be the best pick that we could have made at that position going forward. Moving on, man, like, this guy, like, if you really want to see a game where he truly dominates, go back and watch the Florida game against him. You know, this man, like, he gets to the quarterback so fast in that game. Also, the Texas A&M game, I just saw him shove an offensive lineman back like 5 yards before he gets to the quarterback. He's very, very explosive, especially for a man of his size. And that's something that we truly need. He is a game wrecker. Moving on, though, I'm going to, you know, in the second round, we ended up getting Yetur Gross-Matos. That's how you say his name, YGM. We're just going to call him YGM for short. I am going to sit here and tell you guys, I really wanted us to get AJ Epenza. That's who I truly wanted us to get in that pick. But after going back and watching a little bit of footage on YGM, I've come to love that pick more and more. First of all, he's going to fit better in our scheme on the 4-3 defensive scheme that we run. You know, he has a very explosive first step. Realistically, the only thing he truly needs to do is just kind of like add a little bit more tools to the tool belt, and that's it. Like, but aside from that, like, coming in as a rookie, all we're going to be asking him to do is basically get to the quarterback. And I feel like, honestly, where we got him was a perfect pick. We needed help on the defensive line, like I just you know, alluded to in the past. I love it. I love that pick personally. So, you know, I think he's going to be a phenomenal player for us. And, you know, I've started to fall more and more in love with that. Moving on, we're going to get to, let's see. Sorry, I need to flip my notes over. But we got to get to Jeremy Chinn. This is a man that we traded up into the second round for. Just going back over to my notes. No, but this is a man that we traded up in the second round for. The guy is 6'3", 220 pounds. He's very athletic. He's fast. He ran a 4.45 40. And his cone drills and his shuttle drills were really good. If you wanted to compare his 40 to someone, he ran a better 40 than Jeff Okudah actually did. And he's being compared and said as like a Isaiah Simmons light. So for the people that were upset about us not getting Simmons, we got someone who, honestly, there's certain numbers out there that sit there and say that he was better than Isaiah Simmons. The only difference is the man went to Southern Illinois, so, you know, he obviously wasn't in a Power 5 conference, and that's a big reason why he didn't get the coverage that he got. But, you know, the man had 13 interceptions in his collegiate career, had 6 forced fumbles. So what that tells me is this man's a momentum shifter. He's not only, you know, a hard hitter causing all those fumbles. The man will sit there and just shift momentum for us. He's going to get turnovers. He has a nose for the ball. And I think that he's going to pair really great lining up next to Trey Boston. So, you know, that's something that we needed, is to really help out our pass defense. Basically defense across the board, and that's a big reason why we went all defense in this draft. So, you know, I love the Jeremy Chin selection. I felt like in the second round, I love that we traded up, first of all, because, you know, that it just shows, like, we're not going to be one of those teams where it's like, oh, you know, like, we really wanted this guy, he just didn't fall to us, you know, like, we tried, but he didn't fall to us. No, like, we acquired a 5th round pick from the Kyle Allen trade, and then we gave that up, and we gave our 3rd round pick to move up 5 spots to get this guy, a man that Matt Rule wanted, and I love that. I love the aggressiveness, because that's something that we've lacked for so long. I mean, the aggressiveness in our front office. So that to me spoke volumes that we went and got him. Just go back and watch some game footage on him, man, and I guarantee you, you guys will fall in love if you already haven't. So we're going to be moving on. We ended up getting Troy Pride Jr. This is a man out of Notre Dame, and if you want to watch a really good film on him, go back and watch the bowl game. It was the you know, semifinal playoff game against Clemson. He played really well in that game. You know, he's 5'11", 196. He's fast. He's athletic. You know, the only thing that I can sit there and say is the man he just needs to work on his confidence, and he needs to work on his consistency. If he can sit there and, like, you know, become more consistent, he's going to be a phenomenal guy. I feel like he's going to slide into the slot most likely. If he does end up lining up on the outside, I'm okay with that. I just feel like that's where we're going to put him, and I'm going to tell you why in just a little bit when I get to one of our later picks that we had. So, but like I said, I do like him. He's, you know, he's going to be someone that I think is personally going to help us out. Even if our next guy doesn't work out, I feel like Troy Pride will, because he just, to me, when you watch game footage on him, he seems like somebody who is going to, you know, be a name that's going to be around for a while. I don't know if he's going to be like, you know, Pro Bowler. I don't know, but I think he's going to be a guy that we're going to see in the NFL for a while, because he's just someone that seems like he gets the job done. He's a plug-and-play type player, and that's the type of guys that we need. So I'm going to move on to our next pick. It was Kenny Robinson, and this is actually the guy that I was just alluding to earlier as to why I think that Troy Pride is going to be lined up in the slot. Kenny Robinson came out of West Virginia. He played 2 seasons there, and he had in total 7 interceptions in his freshman and his sophomore year. The man is 6'2", 200 pounds, okay? He had first-round talent as a sophomore. That's what all of the scouts were saying. They said, you know, he's coming into his junior year. The man's going to get drafted in the 1st round. Like, everybody loved him. But he committed academic fraud, so that really kind of hurt his draft stock, and he ended up getting dismissed from the team. Then he goes to the XFL, and he goes and plays for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Why is that important? Well, I mean, like, obviously the XFL is not anywhere near the NFL, but you got to imagine it's a little bit of a next step up from the college level. I mean, that's what I would think. I mean, these are guys that played in college. They've tried out in the NFL, and they got a taste of what it was like. They obviously didn't make it, so now they're in the XFL. And I feel like that's kind of like, you know, going from, you know, basically high school to a JUCO, then going to college. I feel like you're a better college player when you go to a JUCO, because you played a little bit better competition than you would have if you were in high school. So I like that. I love this pick. He is big, athletic. He has a nose for the ball. I think he's going to line up really well with Dante Jackson. I love that pick, like I said. He's a first-round guy that we got in the 5th round, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, let's just watch out for him. I do believe this is going to be the steal of the draft. Moving forward, Bravian Roy. He's the defensive tackle from Baylor. What I mainly like about this pick is, first of all, he's a space eater. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just got a little thing in my throat, but there we go. All right, that's a lot better. So this is what I like about him. He is a space eater. He's going to probably be something like what Star Lotulelei was, what we tried to get Vernon Butler to be, that he never was. So, You know, I like this pick. He comes from Baylor, so he was coached by Matt Rule. And that's another big reason why we ended up getting him. He knows the Matt Rule system. So that's something that I really love. Like, if you're going to get a guy in the late round pick and you're going to take a flyer on him, why not just get someone that knows your system, you know? I think that's perfect. I think it's going to be a match made in heaven. Do I think he's going to progress into a, like, all-pro or something like that, or a Pro Bowl, or, you know, I don't know. I don't think so, really. But I do think he's going to be a guy that's not going to necessarily pile up the stat sheet, but he's going to be the type of guy that does the things that you don't necessarily see on that stat sheet. So, you know, that's an important type of player to have, and I think that's what he's really going to be overall. So it's a very solid pick in the later rounds. Now, rounding up the draft, we got a guy named Stanley Thomas Oliver III. And I think, honestly, this was just kind of a filler for, you know, a team that truly needed depth in, you know, I mean, obviously everywhere on the defense. We did need depth in the pass defense. He's a former wideout, played for Florida International, you know, and he's just somebody that I think is just mainly a filler. I've watched a little bit of tape on him, so it's like, it's nothing special. He had 2 interceptions in 2 years as a defensive back. Like I said, that's not special. And neither was he. There's a reason why he was picked in the late rounds. But still, like, it's a guy that we're going to sit there and trot out, and hopefully he can make something of himself and make a few plays for us. And, you know, I'm just glad. I'm actually really glad that we went all defense. We needed that. Yes, a lot of people argue that we need offensive line. Well, you know, yes, we do. But honestly, most likely, we're just going to probably eat that in the next free agency. We have all that dead cap coming off at the end of the season, and I think we're going to hit the free agency hard. You know, David Tepper has definitely shown us that he is not afraid to spend money. You know, he's been putting in analytic departments for us, you know, building an indoor practice facility. Anywhere that he doesn't have to have a cap space, he's just dumping his billions and billions and billions of dollars onto his team. So, you know, moving forward, I like this. I think it's going to be good because we really do have weapons on the offensive front. Like, we have DJ Moore. We just signed Robbie Anderson. I like Ian Thomas. You know, he showed out a little bit when he got his shot to be the tight end for those, like, few games that he was able to do that for. And then Curtis Samuel, who I think is going to be someone that's going to take that next step into Joe Brady offense. I'm just really excited and interested to see how he does in that format. So, and then I also like Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch my Cam versus Teddy Two Gloves video, but, you know, I just think, first of all, he's more accurate. You know, he's smarter. I like him. I mean, yes, like, if we're going to sit here and compare the two, like, Cam has the better arm, Cam's the better athlete, and Cam has more upside. But I think that ultimately we just need a guy who's going to sit there and play the game smart and just lead us. And obviously Teddy Bridgewater's a winner. So, you know, moving forward, I'm very excited for our future. I think that we're about to enter the best era that Carolina has ever been in. You know, we've only been a team for 25 years now. Wow, we just wrapped up, I believe we just wrapped up our 24th season. So 25 years, because we started in 95. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited for us. We've been to 2 Super Bowls. We've lost both of them. But, like, let's just look at a division rival, the Atlanta Falcons. You know, they've been in the league since, what, 1965, if I'm not mistaken? They've been to the same amount of Super Bowls as we have. So, you know, we're obviously, you know, for a franchise so young, we're doing really good. I mean, just look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville came in the same time as we did, and they've been a dumpster fire. You know, they've had a few good years during the Mark Brunell years, but aside from that, like, we have been one of the better young franchises, and I think we're just about to get better, and I think we're about to hit our stride in the NFL, and I think that Matt Rule is about to take us into a better, more refined era. But anyway, guys, I'm hopping off here. I'm got to sit here and cook some dinner. I really hope you guys you know, like this video. I appreciate you guys watching it. If you haven't already and you want to see more videos, you know, I can't promise you that I'm always going to be putting out Panther videos, because a lot of it's going to be different things about NFL teams and what's going on around the league. But I will, obviously, as a Panthers fan, be putting more Panthers videos up than the average person would be. So, you know, if it's something that you want to follow and you want to be able to see it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's going to help grow my channel. And I really appreciate you guys watching this. And I hope all of you guys have a great night. Keep pounding.